Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, all that stuff, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. Take care.
The air ratchet.
They put the whole thing on a different frame, front engine blown, running 10 seconds. Oh. I thought it was pretty cool. Unusual. Yeah.
What's an engine valve? That's Cummins. Huh? The other one was the Ford Expedition. Oh, that's it.
You can clean these up with a rag or some emery cloth.
How does that have engine oil in the valley?
Put some lubricant on here.
I don't know. Possibly got over this one.
It's all
This does not have oil in the valley.
right.
Okay.
What, I just don't know, how does the oil get in the valley of the 5-4?
Is there a pressure switch somewhere down there?
Well, it should be lifted next to the oil filter. No oil or anything.
Yeah, it's on the bottom.
As far as I know, what's that?
That's a good point. They had some other issues at the time. There was engine oil there. It actually melted the injector. Oh, there was one that...
As we talked about, we'll get the Phillips out. And this is really rusted on there. You can tap it off with a hammer. And or use 2 8 by 1.25 bolts. Drive them in these holes here and it'll force the rotor off. So a couple ways to get the rotor off. So take the screws out and tap this off if needed, or use screws, drive them in, it'll come right off. And you can use a little sandpaper around here if you want on your car and clean this up a little bit so it won't stick so bad next time. Maybe a little anti-seize wouldn't be bad, I guess. Doesn't matter too much. Got the new rotor on. Cleaned up the slides nice. can use a channel locks or a C-clamp or something to collapse the piston a little bit more if you need to. Should notice there's a flat edge kind of hits on the caliper here, so just make sure of that. Alright, then we can torque those down. Lug nuts are probably about 80 foot-pounds, and I'll give you the other torque specs in a minute. And you want to do the same, of course, for the other side, and then pump the brakes a few times in the car. Then check your brake fluid level and top it off with .3 brake fluid as needed, or even take a little bit out if it's too full, but you'll see a minimum and maximum marking on the reservoir for the brake fluid. So I'll take it for a little test drive maybe and make sure everything's good. So that'll be replacing your front brake pads, front brake rotor on your 2006, and I'm sure other model years Honda Pilot. This is going to be the same for many makes, many models. Very basic. Alright, going with 80 foot-pounds on the lug nuts here, 80 foot-pounds on the caliper bracket, 27 foot-pounds on the caliper bolt here. So here's the brake fluid right here behind the air filter assembly. Back up a little bit. Here's got quite a bit of information on there for you. Open, close. So we'll put a little brake fluid in there. There's some marks on the side. I'm sure it says, hard to see on the camera, but it says max. And minimum down below. So if you're doing the brakes, go ahead and fill it up to the max with .3 brake fluid after you pump the brakes a few times, and you should be good. Take it for a little test drive before you let anyone else drive it, I guess.